Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another pick card reading. In today's reading, we are going to be taking a look at why you may be seeing one of these four angel numbers. As always, you can pick a card or a crystal that you see here that resonates with you, or you can choose the angel number that you may be seeing. If none of these angel numbers resonate with you, but you are seeing a recurring angel number, you can always just choose the stone or card that calls to you the most. But yeah, we have four piles today. For the first pile, we have the 444, the Tree Agate, and the Smith for the Oracle card. And then for pile number 2, we have this Libyan desert glass, Libyan desert glass with the 555 angel number and the Archer for the Oracle card. For pile number 3, we have the 144 angel number with the Angelite stone, and the Walker is the Oracle card. As you can see, it's showing up in the reverse. All right, so and then last but not least, we have the Painter for the Oracle card with the 414 angel number and the Kyanite stone. Now, I do recommend pausing the video if you need to. Also, it would not hurt if you are feeling called to Googling the angel numbers prior to and seeing if you have additional messages that come through before watching the reading or after. Also, I would maybe Google these stones and see which ones particularly resonate with you, and that could help you with your pile selection. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the reading. Before we do, I did want to mention, I know I posted a schedule earlier this year or like late last year regarding my upload schedule. As you can see, that has not been working out. Still trying to figure things out. Just things unexpectedly came up mentally. So we are going to work with what we have, with the energy we have. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the reading. See you there. Hello, pile number 1 people, those of you who chose the 444 angel number and the Smith Oracle card with the Tree Agate stone. This is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so first of all, I asked your spirit guides why they were showing you this angel number. And we got the Warrior of Ankhs, or the Knight of Water, or Knight of Cups. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. And what this indicates to me, especially looking at the imagery on the Page of Pentacles card, to me what it spoke to is somebody realizing a gift that they may have, a skill they may have, an ability they have that is special and unique to themselves, that could potentially, make them a lot of money and happiness with the Knight of Cups. It's something that would bring you genuine joy. However, this is the initial stage. This is the what do you call it? I'm forgetting the word, but you're like a novice at this, if you will, because you're just discovering it, or maybe just acknowledging it. Maybe you discovered it a while ago, but you're just now acknowledging it or taking it seriously or whatever. But in the background, the card states there's a date palm tree there, and then the luxurious, fields in the back represent abundance, and then the mountains in the back represent future obstacles and challenges to be overcome. So okay, so also I want to mention before we even go further is 444 is often interpreted as a message of encouragement and guidance from your angels. It indicates that Oh, sorry. Seeing 444 suggests that you are on the correct course towards achieving your goals and desires. It is a message to stay focused, trust your instincts, and keep moving forward. The number 4 itself is associated with stability, hard work, and building a strong foundation. It can also signal that new opportunities and potential for growth are on the horizon. So all that being said, guys, like I said, this is something that you really love. Okay. It's something that calls to your soul. I would even go as far as to say that it may be connected to your life purpose. Okay. And the reason why, okay, so first of all, that's why they're showing you this 444 is because they're trying to affirm to you that you are on the correct path as it pertains to this idea, this goal, this feeling you have towards something that, you know, you are viewing right now as something that you could take seriously, you know, as like a career, okay, instead of just a hobby. Now I dug further. Okay, so why, you know, why are you trying to bring this to their attention? Okay, why is it important? And we got the 2 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. And what this is indicating to me is there is something in your life, pile number 1, that is making you very unhappy presently. And for a lot of you guys, this definitely could be relating to your career. Okay, with the 5 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. It's something that's not fulfilling your soul. It's something that's maybe even draining you with this 2 of Pentacles. It's like you have a lot of responsibilities trying to juggle this thing. It could be bringing a lot of emotional instability as well. And also what I'm getting with this 2 of Pentacles, it's like the emotional instability, whatever this is whatever whatever emotional instability that this thing is bringing you, that you're currently entangled or enmeshed in, it's also taking it's affecting your finances more than you realize. Okay. It's almost as if you found yourself in some sort of cycle where you're just habitually unhappy, but you're not sure what to do with that yet. Okay, you're not sure how to change that situation. I was getting that with that Page of Pentacles. If you look at the way he's just staring at the scarab, it's almost, to me, it's like he doesn't know what to do with it. He's studying it. I feel like it's something that you've been sitting on for some time. And this card in the reverse, it can indicate, you know, procrastination, lack of movement, you know, lack of direction when it comes to whatever this, you know, career or skill or hobby is, you know. So the reason why they're bringing this to your awareness, again, it's to affirm to you that whatever you're feeling about the thing that you need to walk away from is valid, and whatever you're feeling about the thing that you want to go towards is valid. That is, you know, they're trying to guide you away from something that is draining you into something that is going to bring you happiness. Okay. A lot of you guys, I feel like if you're watching this pile, you may be going through some difficulties financially, or you could be at a weird place in your life where, like I said, you're not being fulfilled. And even if you are not having financial instability, there is an uncertainty with the finances because you're not necessarily enjoying what you're doing that is bringing you this money. Okay. Now your pile is unique because I got the feeling that there are extraterrestrials trying to communicate with you. And so something told me to grab my Galactic Heritage Oracle deck, and we got the Zeta Reticuli, returning the favor. And in the book, this card really speaks to, you know, humanity helping the Zeta Reticuli at some point, and how the Zeta Reticuli are forever indebted, not in like a negative way, but in a positive way. If you look at this card, it's like they're holding this flower very near and dear, and I just get a very positive, loving energy from this card in general. And so what that shows me or indicates to me is that you do have helpers, you know, who are extraterrestrial, you know, who are helping you on your path. And one of the things that the Zeta Reticuli are doing to basically pay humanity back is they're providing us with, or sharing their wisdom, their knowledge, their love with humanity so that we can evolve as a species. And I feel like the fact that they're showing up for you, number one, the card also indicates that you could have had a past life as a Zeta Reticuli, and that's why they're drawn to you as well, or a past life where you've helped them, you know, where you were one of those people or souls, spirits that help them. So they have a lot of love for you. And so I feel like the nudges that you're feeling, they're I'm not going to say they're gentle, because you may be feeling internally like a lot of turmoil, you know, and you could even be going through a dark night of the soul as it pertains to the things in your life that are making you unhappy, and the fact that you know that a change needs to occur, that there is a turnaround that needs to happen, you know, a breakthrough that you're waiting on. So I don't feel like it's necessarily easy. However, the other side is going to be so rewarding. It's just a push from the universe, your spirit guides, the Zeta Reticuli, the beings who are helping you. I would try viewing this more so as a gift, even though it's extremely uncomfortable for a lot of you guys watching this, because not everybody is called, not everybody is chosen, and all of those who are called and all of those who are chosen don't necessarily always answer the call. But I feel like with you seeing the 444, it's your spirit guides reminding you to answer that call, you know, or to not give up, to keep going, to keep persevering, and to keep at whatever this thing is. Even though I feel like a lot of you guys have gone through periods of time where you procrastinate with this, whatever this thing is that's going to, you know, ultimately change your life for the better. I feel like there could also be, you know, insecurity surrounding that. But yeah, especially we have the fox coming out here. You are swift and smart. Solutions to problems are easily found. Always listen to your instincts. Resources surround you. And I feel like this is more of like an affirmation. This is what your spirit guides are wanting to affirm to you. Okay? That you can do it. Pile number one. It's not going to be easy. But easy is subjective. It depends on who you're asking. Okay, it's all about perspective. You know, if we focus long enough on finding the solution to a problem, or I wouldn't even say long enough, because you can focus on something extremely long and not get, you know, what you're needing or the answer. But if you focus intently enough and purposefully enough on the problem and the solution, you will find it. Okay. And every time you get close to it, or every time you're doing something that your spirit guides are proud of or wants you to continue, you're going to see the 444. Okay. And when you're having thoughts of, I need to leave something, someone behind, they're going to show you that 444 to affirm that, yes, you are correct. Okay. With the Smith here, it's overthinking, taking action. For a lot of you guys, whatever you're contemplating and overthinking in your head, again, that's what I'm getting with this Page of Pentacles here. It's like somebody having the ability to do something extremely awesome, and they just second guess it, or they're not sure how to proceed forward with, you know, putting themselves out there. You know, where do I start? Who do I contact? Or even if you have, it's like not seeing the results you'd like to see, especially if you've been doing it for a while. However, Spirit is wanting you to take another look if that is your story. You know, if you've been doing it for some time and you're not seeing the traction you'd like, take a look at the situation. Maybe it's time to dismantle it. Look at that hammer and start anew. Okay. And some of you guys know that, but you are hesitant on, you know, starting, you know, doing it, taking the first action towards that. Now, with Talk to the Moon, communicate, you are very connected to the Zeta Reticuli. So they will talk to you. They will communicate with you. If you have problems that you are stumped with, you're scratching your head and you're not sure how to figure them out, you can always talk to them. You can always talk to God, source, creator, whatever you believe in. But I do believe that he has helpers, and those helpers are trying to help you. They're trying to contact you. But also with Communicate with the Moon, it's important for you to have moments of silence, especially at night, where I would sit under the moon, honestly, if I were you, and just complete silence and meditate. Pile number 1, because Spirit is trying to put it to me this way. Whatever you're struggling with right now, once you figure out the solution, once you start taking action towards, what you want to experience in life, you're going to realize how easy it was the whole time, that you have been in your own way this entire time. But that's a lesson in itself. And, it's something that's going to serve you well in the future with future decisions once you've learned this. Okay. So radical change is the catalyst here. Whatever struggle you're going through right now is meant to serve as a catalyst, and that's why your spirit guides are coming through with this 444, especially when you're feeling like you want to give up or like things are never going to turn around, that it feels impossible, and that things seem to, on the surface, continue to get worse. You're going to see that 444. They're reminding you to keep going. And, to take time out, because some of you guys, you're pushing, you're taking action, but it's action in the wrong direction. Okay. If you say you want to end a relationship or switch jobs or switch careers, what are you doing with your free time? Or, what are you doing, to free yourself from the bondage of whatever that person, place, or thing is? Okay. You can't do it with a mind that's full of clutter. You have to take the time out and, quiet. Be to yourself. And this 8 plus 2 reduces to a 10. And we all know 10 is the end of a cycle. So there is something in your life that needs to end. It needs to complete. You need to walk away from it. But there is this energy of maybe even like a lack mindset, because the 5 of Pentacles can represent a lack mindset, feeling like, if I walk away from this person, place, or thing, what am I going to do? Am I going to be good enough to get something better, or something equal even, or am I just going to fall into the abyss, and things will just get even worse than they are now. Okay. But that is a scarcity mindset, and your spirit guides are trying to push you out of that mindset of scarcity and start looking at things from a perspective of just challenges that need to be overcome. Okay. And seeing yourself as fully capable and, smart enough, clever enough to solve them, to overcome them. Okay. And like I said, if you need the additional help from the other side, you can always take the time out to communicate. Okay. Talk, and then be quiet and still so that you can receive the answers. Okay. And guys, I want to say, from my own personal experience, every time I've got freaked myself out with something, like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? Or even if it's not just freaking out, but asking the universe for something. Every time I've received it, I've received the answer. If it's not necessarily a thing, a physical thing, I've received the solution to how to obtain that thing that I asked for. So it's all a matter of communicating and then being still enough, quiet mind, because if your mind is all over the place, you're not going to be able to hear that direction. You're not. Trust me, I know that as well. So don't be afraid to ask, and don't be afraid of the answer, and be open to receive. Okay. So we're also going to get some cards from the Angels of Abundance deck here, since we got this 5 of Pentacles. It definitely very much so is giving lack mentality. So we're gonna get a message from this deck here. Spirit, what additional, wow, okay, that was very quick. Okay. And Spirit is also saying, as soon as I said that, they're like, I want pile number 1 to be that decisive. Okay. So we have moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. And that's honestly what I was getting for a lot of you guys watching this. You're at a weird place in your life where the old is no longer working. you know, a career, a job that you've been in for some time that maybe offers you this illusion of stability. However, in exchange, it's draining your soul, okay? Making you very unhappy and still not placing you in a place financially, you know, where you can do all of the things that you want, okay? So it's not an even exchange, you know, and your spirit guides want you to see that it's not an even exchange. You're giving way too much to this place, this job, this career, and you're not getting what you deserve back, okay? So moonlighting, work on the project, this Page of Pentacles here that you've been sitting on. Start working on that part-time. You know, treat it like a real job. Pile number 1 is my advice. Treat it like you are punching a clock every day, okay? Even when you don't have the energy, when you don't have the energy, you still show up to that job, right? So show up for yourself. And the long-term reward will be worth it, okay? Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. One thing you can do, what I like to do when I'm working out, is visualizing, because you can use it, that energy, that adrenaline when you're working out, you know, that energy. I don't know how to explain it, but if you work out, you know what I'm talking about. Using that to visualize certain things, and then using that energy when you leave the gym or stop working out to pour into your creative projects or your creative pursuits. Okay, so let's get one more card from this the magic deck here. I said creative pursuits, and look at this, we have creativity, both purple. So this is indicating, you know, crown chakra. This even looks a little indigo, so third eye chakra. We have the number 33, and then we have 42. Organization. By all above and all below, let me connect, let creativity flow. I feel like a lot of you guys in this pile, you may have some blockages or imbalances in your crown chakra, but I do believe this is self-inflicted. It's like your spirit is telling me, you know, you are not taking the time out to be still, to receive. And I think it's because you have a lot going on mentally where, you know, you can't, where you feel like you can't allow yourself to calm down. Like you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to figure out the problem, solution to this problem and that problem. You're putting out that fire and this fire. But it's not really getting you where you want to be, you know, ultimately. And it's because you're focusing on the micro details, which is important a lot of times. But when you notice that you're not getting anywhere by focusing on these things, it's time to take a step back. Pile number 1, and reassess, you know, the energy and the effort you're putting in and where it's getting you, and, you know, what it's going to continue to sacrifice for you if you continue to pour into it, especially if you're not seeing the results. Okay, 42, we have the 6. Now when it comes to your passion, though, if you're not seeing the results, it's time to take a step back, get some guidance, you know, some clarity on what you need to do different, maybe research, speak to other people, observe other people in your field, and again, communicate with the higher power, your spirit guides, and see what information they have for you. Okay, so purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. We have organization, 6 6, so we have 4 4 4 6 6, we have 10. Okay, so let's see if we have any other numbers here. Okay, so we have 2 8 5, so you guys may want to look at that angel number. Let's see if I can. Two, 8 5. Okay, so it's like reiterating the same message of the 444. It says 285 is a powerful message from the angels that you are on the right path and that positive changes are on the horizon. It's also a sign of kindness. The angels send you a message to offer kindness to the less fortunate as often as possible. Yeah, it means your life is currently in alignment. So even though it feels uncomfortable, pile number one, what's that expression? It's always darkest before the dawn. So just keep that in mind and just keep doing what it is that you feel called to do intuitively, and don't be afraid to walk away from the people, places, and things that you know are not serving you anymore. Okay, so we're gonna end the reading there, pile number one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys on another one. And as always, if you guys are interested in booking a service with me, I do energy healing, chakra aligning and balancing, aura cleansing, aura balancing. So if you're having those issues with the chakras being misaligned, especially your crown chakra, pile number one, send me an email. My information will be down below. And yeah, we're gonna end the reading there. If you guys resonated, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you guys on another one. Bye. Hello, pile number two people. Those of you who chose the 555 angel number with the Libyan desert glass. Sorry, I was chewing something. Okay, so this is going to be your reading, if I can get situated. Okay. So to start off, I asked your spirit guides why they were sending you this angel number, and we got the 5 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So what this indicates to me is your spirit guides are seeing that you are paralyzed in the feeling of regret and remorse over something here. And for some of you guys, it could have something to do with your finances. But for most of you guys, I do feel like this has something to do with a relationship, okay? And I feel like what's happening here is a lot of you guys feel like you can't go on. You feel like you've made a huge mistake in some way, shape, or form. Some of you guys are feeling like you should have given more, that you could have given more to the situation than you did. It's like you're reassessing the situation and everything that went wrong and how you could have done things better or how you could have handled it differently that could have led to a different outcome, and it's kind of paralyzing you here. For others of you guys, this could just be life decisions, being paralyzed in that feeling of regret, remorse, thinking that you've made too many wrong decisions in life, and being paralyzed by that feeling that you can't move forward, that you can't do things differently because things are just set in stone. Okay, so this is why your spirit guides are sending you this angel number 555, why you may be seeing it often, okay, or whatever angel number you're seeing, if it's not particularly 555. Okay, now before we get further, I'm going to look up this angel number and see what they have to say. 5, we already know, is a number of change, okay? So it's tripled. It could also indicate, abundance and finances coming towards you, especially with the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. But 555, significant changes and new beginnings are on the horizon. It is a message from your guardian angels encouraging you to embrace transformation, trust your intuition, and open yourself to new opportunities. The number 555 is strongly associated with major life shifts, encouraging you to embrace change with an open mind and trust the process. Okay, so sorry, let me get a sip of this coffee really quick. All right, and I'm honestly drawn to this quartz, this clear quartz right here. And what Spirit is saying, to get yourself out of this this funk that you may find yourself. They're wanting you to focus on transmuting this energy. Focus on, because I'm like seeing this quartz like this, and with quartz, wherever the point is where the energy is going to be directed. So what I'm seeing is like you hold the quartz to you and you're directing the negative emotions outward. Okay. Now with that, we like to think that we're just going to get rid of that emotion. We're not going to feel it anymore. But part of transmuting energy, we have to feel it. Okay. We have to feel it in order to work through it. That's the only way we can change it into gold. Okay. So in doing this, you are going to feel some uncomfortable feelings. Okay. But instead of being stuck here, you're going to start to notice a shift. You're going to start to notice the reality of the situation is going to become more apparent to you. So if you feel like this is all my fault and I'm this and I'm that, and you're placing all of the blame on yourself, you're going to, in a lot of cases, realize that it was not all your fault, and that it takes two to tango in relationships. So, where are you placing the blame on yourself where it does not belong? Okay. And then in those situations where maybe you were a horrible person and it was not that person's fault at all. Maybe they tried to work with you and you were too big-headed, too hard-headed to realize, what you had and what that person's intentions were. Feel all of that and then transmute it. Transmute it by visualizing yourself as a better person, and you will be a better person for it because now you've learned that lesson. Okay. Now you've learned that lesson. You know not to do it again. Okay. And then also, let's not focus so much on the past, and let's shift our attention towards how we can make for a better future. How can we plan ahead? Planning ahead, biding your time. Okay. Opportunities and growth. All pain is an opportunity for growth. Okay. It's an opportunity to become more intimate with ourselves, to learn ourselves, So, and then I asked your spirit guides, why is this important? Why are you file number 2 by showing them this reoccurring angel number? And we got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 9 of Wands in reverse, and the 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Some of you guys, I'm also hearing it's maybe more than one relationship where you may be repeating a pattern, or you've noticed a pattern in your love life where you're the person who is not receiving equally in partnerships. Okay. And this may be something that's reoccurring, that's beginning to weigh on you, and beginning to make you question your own self-worth, and why this is important, why they're highlighting this for you. It's because this energy, like I said, it's giving like a paralyzed type of energy where I'm seeing somebody just, sulk, not wanting to go out, not wanting to try new things, not wanting to open themselves up to new connections, possibly even. It's just a paralyzed feeling, or not wanting to open yourself up to new opportunities because you feel like you didn't take an opportunity in the past, and so, you're just sulking over what has come from, decisions in the past rather than focusing on how you can, make for a better future. And, that the energy we're getting here is why it's important that they're showing you this, is because they're seeing you kind of give up. Okay. Some of you guys could be distancing yourself from people, and that, if this is about a relationship, you're almost placing yourself in a position where you will never reconnect with another person romantically again, because you are sulking and you're dwelling and you're spiraling down this negative loop of thinking. Okay. Spirit is seeing you, your spirit guides are seeing you just kind of give up, quite frankly, pile number 2. You're no longer fighting for things. You're no longer putting the work in. For some of you guys, this relationship that you are, mourning, it potentially could have, could potentially come about, change, turn around. Some of you guys have the potential to reconnect with this person or fix the relationship if you're still with them, but it's become tumultuous. Some of you guys still have the potential to turn that situation around, but you've kind of given up on it. And that's why Spirit is showing you this 555 to remind you that, hey, the possibility is still out there. if you learn the lesson, if you are willing to put yourself out there and, you know, possibly face rejection, you know, possibly relive this heartbreak. But the heartache of, you know, the what if is worse than the heartache of I tried and I failed, you know. Trust me, okay? Because you never know what could have happened if you tried. But if you try and fail, at least you know what the outcome was going to be, okay? And then also, if you try and fail, you have the opportunity to learn from those mistakes, okay? If you never try, you don't have that opportunity to learn at all. You're just going to be stuck in the cycle of, woe is me, I messed up, you know? So, Spirit is wanting you to not give up on romantic connections. For those of you where it resonates, where this is romantic connection. And then for some of you guys, Spirit's not wanting you to give up on a particular person or a particular relationship that you perceive yourself to have ruined. Let whatever you're feeling be a lesson or a catalyst for your change, your growth, you know. And yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys, you've started to neglect yourself. You started to neglect your, I don't know how else to put it, just yourself, you know. And with that comes a lot of things. Maybe you've stopped doing things that bring you joy. You've stopped wanting to even leave your house. For some of you guys, you've stopped wanting to communicate with anybody, okay? All of your relationships could be suffering as a result. And it's keeping you in this perpetual loop, okay? Because you're not doing the things that bring you joy, that could potentially get you out of this feeling. You're just continuing to sulk. And that's important. I'm not going to say that you should never feel sad or remorse or regret for certain situations, because those feelings are teachers at the end of the day. And a lot of times they are necessary for our growth, okay? But to sit there and just perpetually sulk and feel like you cannot change the situation, even if you can't, you're not even allowing yourself to experience other things, other experiences, okay? So you're not really learning from it. You're allowing it to be your downfall, essentially. Spirit is showing you this angel number because they want you to, it says follow the moon. What I'm getting is follow your heart. And there is a butterfly here. We know butterfly is the sign of transformation. We have the 5 of cups here, so literally 5, okay? And butterfly is the spirit animal of transformation. So Spirit is wanting you to follow your heart, because this is going to lead you towards you becoming a butterfly, okay? Whatever you're feeling intuitively, whatever you're feeling drawn to intuitively, just follow it and trust it. But also plan ahead, guys. Don't just allow things the way you think they're going to, kind of being blinded by fate. And I think Libyan desert actually helps with you releasing that feeling of leaving things up to fate. So let me look that up. Okay, so it can act as a protective talisman against negative energies and emotional turmoil, promoting emotional healing and balance. It's said to carry the energy of the golden ray and resonate with the solar plexus chakra. Let's see. I did see that somewhere. But I'm not going to focus too much on this because I don't want to waste your time. But it is strongly associated with spiritual transformation and growth. So And it's a very high vibrational stone. Let me tell you guys, this stone right here is very, very powerful. So if you guys resonate with that, I definitely recommend picking one up. It actually was one of the stones that was very crucial in my own spiritual evolution and growth. So, you know, I probably would not be on YouTube if it wasn't for that, because I've always been a shy girl. So if you struggle with that, then that stone may be something you want to look into. But yeah, we have the Pilgrim. So, you know, use this opportunity to try something new. Okay, use it as an opportunity, guys. Now you're free from whatever it was, you know, whoever's fault it was. Now you're free to explore, you know. And if you've already done your exploring and that's what led you to this feeling of, oh my gosh, I messed up, then maybe it's time to work on yourself and figure out a plan to move forward in a healthy way. Okay, even if it is apologizing to the person you feel you have wronged, if that resonates for you. I'm hearing intuitively somebody say, I gave up. So some of you guys gave up on a connection, a relationship prematurely, and that's what's plaguing you right now. Spirit is saying that everything happens for a reason, that there was something that you needed to learn in all of this, that will help you in the future. So I'm getting like an expression in my head, but I cannot remember the words. But it's almost as like the message, the underlying message is, you know, we go through things to learn lessons so that we don't repeat them in the future. So it's almost like maybe the relationship wasn't that serious at the time that you blew it, but in the future, you know, had you not gone through that, you could have gone through a situation where you actually got married, bought a house, you know, had kids, and then because you never learned that lesson, but this was something that was in you, from a wound that you were not aware of, it was always going to happen. But would you have rather it happened at the beginning, or towards at the beginning of a relationship where things are not that serious, or would you rather have had it happen after you've invested a lot, after that person has invested a lot, where there was a lot at stake, you know, because it was something that you had to learn ultimately in this lifetime anyway. So you got it out the way. Pile number 2 is essentially what I'm trying to say. And what your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you is that all is not lost. Okay, whether it's with a new person or with the old person, all is not lost. But what it's going to be required of you is to integrate the lesson, to not feel like it's the end of the world, but to see it as, you know, something that you had to go through, like school or something. Okay. And it's going to take you strategizing and planning, you know, your movement forward. Okay. And stop leaving things up to fate. Okay. Now we have the squirrel. Like, there's something about, you know, planning here. You know, we have biding your time, planning ahead, and then we have the squirrel, which is always prepared. You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. And that's what I feel like this heartache, this regret, this remorse is. Make a plan for the future and life will give you all you need. So there's like this emphasis on plan. But watch the signs. Sorry, there's always one pile where my throat starts just going crazy. Okay. And I feel like some of this regret is because all this blue here, it has to do with, you know, not expressing yourself, suppressing your truth. Okay. I feel like that's where a lot of this regret is from. And it's probably one of your core lessons in all of this is to speak your truth and to be in your truth. But you have to see it as that. Okay. Okay. So now we're just going to get a couple cards from this deck here just to see if we have additional messages here. And then for those of you guys where you feel like you're just always getting the crap end of the stick, look at that, trusting yourself. It's not you. Okay, God puts you through these challenges to teach you a lesson in self-love and self-respect. And it goes ahead, you know, it reiterates that message where even if you resonate with other storyline where it's like you had to learn this early on, or would you rather learn this early on or later after you've established something? So would you rather learn this on with like early relationships? So I feel like a lot of you guys watching this, you may still be young, you know, in your 20s, 30s, you know, where you have plenty of time to meet the one. And, you know, a lot of those relationships we experience when we're young are literally just battlegrounds or spiritual testing grounds. You know, they're meant to teach us things. They're meant to help us transform and mature and things like that. So you have to keep that in mind when dealing with other people, that they have their own lessons that they're learning. And a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with you. Okay? And for a lot of you guys watching this, you're just too advanced for some of these people anyway. You scare them. Or, you know, you're just not what they're used to. In a good way. And then also you want to see it as, did you want to get stuck with the wrong person who would never cherish you, never value you the way that you deserve, and waste your time there? Maybe even have kids, marriage, to where you have a lot to lose by leaving. Would you rather recognize it early on and have this person, you know, show their true colors, or show you that, you know, they're not the person for you early on, and you can get away and open yourself up and be free to finding the person who is, okay? I am ambitious and motivated. And then for those of you guys where this is just like life choices, you know, you were meant to learn from all of those choices or perceived mistakes, okay? Would you have rather learned the lesson early on, or would you rather have, let's give this example. Say you are in regret because you did not finish school and you want to become a doctor, and you finished it early on and you did become a doctor, but you don't have the mindset you have now, so you would not be as successful as you will be later on should you pursue that career path later on, okay? The sky is the limit. It's not the limit. There is no limits, okay? You just have to get up and do it. You just have to get up and find a way, okay? I don't care how many perceived obstacles you have going on there. Some of them are real, you know, but we have to focus. We have to pray if we need to, that we find the solutions to our problems, because I promise you, God is always listening. I've never prayed for something and not received an answer, ever. So it's just a matter, are you listening? Are you still enough? And are you open enough? If you feel like you're not receiving the guidance, there's something that you're doing that is blocking the guidance, okay? It's not that it's not there. It's okay for me to cry when I need to. Crying is a great way to release energy, especially energy that is blocking you. You can't change anyone else, just yourself. Release all negative energy. Practice chakra healing. Your energy is sacred, and that's why you can't just be with anybody, okay? For those of you guys who are feeling like your love life is disastrous and nobody will ever love you for who you are, it's because you're sacred. Think of the Disney princesses, and I always bring that up. You know, they're always kept away somewhere, somehow, you know, from the general public until the knight in shining armor comes, okay? You're being protected. The rejection is your protection, okay? And then for others of you guys where it's like you're the one doing all the rejecting and now you're regretting it, okay? That rejection is still your protection, because there's something you had to learn before you were able to really settle down. So you're protecting yourself and other people from more hurt, okay? And then, you know, for those of you guys who feel like, oh my God, I wasted so much of my life. What am I going to do? Nothing is going right because I didn't make the right decisions in the past, you know. What have you learned? Are you still the same person you were back then? Probably not. And like I said, going back to the example of becoming a doctor, you could have finished that path early on, become a doctor, and realize you hated it. But now you're $100,000 in debt. So you're pretty much stuck in that career, you know, until you figure something else out. Or you're not as successful because you're not as mature. Okay. And you may make some mistakes, you know, that cost you a lot early on. Okay. Versus, you know, you've gone through the school of hard knocks, school of life, you know, you've learned a lot. Now you can apply that to your schooling or career, whatever it is, you know, and you will be further along, more successful. You are energy, you are magic. Pick any tarot card. Okay, so yeah, we're going to take card from the Angels of Abundance and then the magic deck. Grace. Give yourself some grace. Pile number 2, please. Okay, I want to say that all of you guys watching this, you're beautiful, you're magnificent, you're magnetic. Great things and great people are attracted to you always, and you'll always get what you deserve in the end because you're a loving, beautiful creature who means well for everyone, including yourself. Okay, so we have the obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. We have beauty. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. Grace, blessing, come to me to set me free. Love, Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. So for some of you guys, this could be like a mixture of a lot of things here. Life, love, you know, just general things just coming back, you know, and plaguing your memory, if you will, and putting you in a place where you feel like you can't move forward or like it's pointless to move forward. But that's an illusion. And that's why your spirit guides are continuing to send you this 555. They're wanting to remind you that this is just a shift. This is just a bump in the road. And that it too shall pass. Okay, so pile number 2, we are going to leave it there. It too shall pass, but learn from it. Plan ahead next time. Okay, learn from those mistakes. Okay, so pile number 2, we're going to leave it there. But before we do, I want to remind you guys that I do offer energy healing services, and that did come up in this reading. So if you want more information, my information is down below in the description box. So all that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys on another one. Bye. Hello, pile number 3 people. Those of you who chose the 444 angel number with the Angelite stone and the Walker Oracle card in reverse, this is going to be your reading. Okay, so first I asked your spirit guides why they were sending you this angel number 144 in specific, or whatever angel number that you've been seeing that brought you to this reading. And these 2 cards represent their answer for that one. We got the Page of Cups or Page of Waters in reverse, paired with the Judgment card upright. And what this signifies to me or indicates to me is that you've been ignoring your intuition. Okay, there is something that they are trying to reveal to you that you have been ignoring. Pile number 3, pile number 1. You guys may want to watch pile number 1 as well for additional messages. But then I asked them, you know, why is this important? Like, why are you bringing this to their attention or wanting this to be brought to their attention? And we got the Star card in reverse, the 4 of Wands upright, and the Tower card upright. Okay, and I'm hearing intuitively destruction comes. Okay, I don't know what they mean by that, but I guess destruction comes when you're ignoring your intuition. But wow, the Walker in reverse, the unknown, a journey. For some of you guys, it may be that your spirit guides think that you feel like you have all of the answers, and that's why you are ignoring what they're trying to bring to your attention. I'm hearing what is so glaringly obvious. Some of you guys could be very focused on, you know, building stability, maintaining stability, or just partying. For some of you guys, some of you guys feel like you've arrived at a place in your life where you can like relax or just celebrate. You know, there may have been something that you celebrated recently. For some of you guys, it could be a marriage, relationship, right? But whatever it is, some of you guys, I'm hearing about a home. Whatever it is, it's not meant to be in your life, okay? And I feel like you had the signs prior to, you know, doing whatever this is, or, you know, committing yourself to whatever this is, but you had all the signs. And Spirit is saying, because I'm looking at this Four of Wands here, and if you can see the card, her eyes are closed, but his eyes are open, and he's staring at her. So you guys could be involved in a romantic connection with somebody who does not mean you well, okay? And your intuition is telling you this, but you're not seeing it. You don't want to see it, right? It's like willful ignorance, if you will. But Spirit is saying, you know, this will come to an end. So how do you want it to end? You know, do you want to end it yourself, or do you want the universe to come in and destroy it? Because if they come in and destroy it, I mean, you have the Tower and the Judgment card here. It's not going to be pretty, okay? For some of you guys, there could be somebody around you who's lying to you and misleading you. Somebody who could be playing like a lot of emotional manipulation types of games here. For some of you guys, whatever this is already falling apart. However, you keep holding on to it, maybe holding on to hope that one day it will return. Okay, so we have 8, which is 17 reduced to 8, 4, and we have 16, which reduces to 7. And for me, I always say 7 to me represents divine completion, and the Tower is a major arcana card, which represents changes that are inevitable, you know, changes that are out of the control of our own hands, human hands, right? And so this is divine completion of a certain cycle in your life that has been hindering your ability to heal. Pile number 3. You cannot heal from something if you're continuing to take part in it, if you're continuing to deny the truth, because the truth is ultimately what you're going to need to heal from, okay? But if you don't know the truth, you're not going to feel any pain not knowing the truth. Ignorance is bliss. It's an expression for a reason, okay? Oh, wow, guys, I don't like this. I don't like this for you. I don't feel like it's completely, I'm lying. This is negative, okay? However, you're a very powerful person. Pile number 3, very powerful person. I will add that there. You have a gift, okay? Not everybody has this gift, or not everybody is able to tune into it, I should say. But you are, and for whatever reason you're not, or you're choosing not to, okay? For some of you guys, it may not have to do with the relationship, but like I said, you're pursuing some sort of stability, an illusion of stability or form of stability. It's not making you happy. Your intuition is telling you that, but you continue to choose it, okay? And right now, you may be just enjoying the fruits of what comes with whatever this is, be it a relationship, a situation, a job, a person, place, or thing. Because you're afraid to detach, because you're afraid of what the unknown may hold for you, okay? It's like you're just clinging to certainty at this point. And at this point, you feel like there's nothing wrong to that certainty. But you have a lot of dreams. Pile number 3, and I feel like these dreams are speaking to you about what is right in this situation, okay? For some of you guys, just a side note, because there could be some of you guys here where you had somebody that you trusted come in and ruin a relationship for you, okay? Or ruin something that you built up for yourself because you weren't listening to your intuition and you instead chose to listen to that person. It kind of destroyed something that you built here. Person, place, or thing, okay? But I do get the energy of like a blind trust for you guys in this pile. I do feel like it comes from like empathy and wanting to see the best in people, which is not a bad thing in itself, but you have to learn to master that empathy because not everybody realizes or sees the best in themselves. Okay, you see it very clearly. You're an empath, you're a psychic, so you're seeing it. It's being shown to you, their very best version. However, not everybody is in tune with or wants to be in tune with their highest self. Okay, so you could be deceiving yourself in that way. You're seeing what your higher self is seeing, your God body, your goddess body is seeing, which is their ultimate best version. Which is nothing's wrong with that, but you have to, how you balance this out, guys, and prevent yourself from being deceived is by focusing more of your attention on what you can see in their actions, that person, places, or things actions, or how it's making you feel consistently. Okay, because those are real things that are occurring in real time. This is not, fifth dimensional stuff that, has the possibility to manifest, but is not, for whatever reason, that person just may not be on the path to realizing their higher self, at this time or at this moment in time, or maybe in their lifetime, in this life. So we want to focus more on the actions we can see and the things we can feel in the present moment, okay, and not deceive ourselves in that way. If you are dealing with a slow vibrational person, they do have a lot of secrets and they're going to continue to run away from you, okay? I want you guys to know that. So if you've put yourself in a situation where you're now relying on this person for something, understand that, they're not going to be reliable, and that there is a potential, there's the potentiality of this person, just up and abandoning you, at a time where you need them the most, okay? But also what I'm getting with the runaway is you've caged yourself, pile number 3. There's a problem you're running from within yourself and seeking refuge in other people, there's a part of you that feels unlovable, that feels like if you can gain the affections of another person, be it temporary, long-term, it doesn't matter, that means that you are worthy. And this is what's causing a lot of this potential burden, that you can avoid by listening to your intuition. There's somebody here who likes to love bomb you. Their intentions are not pure. They like to love bomb you to get things out of you, and they're banking on your I could be talking to Taurus here, because I'm getting like an energy of somebody who does not like change, somebody who, like, once you find like something comfortable, you like to stick with that, right? Be it a job, a person, a place, or a thing, you like to stick with it. It provides you with some sort of stability that you like, that you feel like you need, right? And as I'm saying that, the 10th house came out. It's in reverse though. And Aquarius is like the 10th house, right? 10th house is like all about change, and we have Aquarius, like unconventionality, trying new things, right? This energy is in reverse. So I feel like, that's a problem for you, or that's an obstacle for you, or a lesson that you need to learn in this lifetime is to embrace the uncertainty, embrace change, okay? Because it's inevitable. Because a lot of you guys, you keep yourself in certain situations and around certain people, places, jobs, careers that don't serve you, that aren't emotionally fulfilling, because you're afraid to detach. And if you are dealing with a toxic person, they're banking on, they know that about you, okay? So they know that you're not going to leave them, not because you can't find better, but because you don't want to, because you're comfortable with them, okay? And as I'm saying that, like, I'm getting like a little bit of anxiety, So for some of you guys, you know, hearing that may be like a shock for you, like emotionally, because it's something that you don't want to face. Okay, and I get that with the runaway. It's something that you don't want to face. For some of you guys, this could be like a job that like love bombs you, promises the world, or at least like the people just smile in your face and they act like they like you, but they really, behind closed doors, they don't. Okay, and you may get high off of this energy, this temporary attention or feedback, right? Positive feedback temporarily. It's fake. And it keeps you in this energy of being complacent. Like, I found something stable, I don't need to leave it, right? Even though it's draining my soul 90% of the other time that I'm not happy. So, you know, when I say focus on the way it makes you feel, I'm telling you focus on the way it makes you feel majority of the time, not 5% of the time, not 1% of the time. No. How does it make you feel majority of the time? That is the reality of the situation. I don't care what you think it's going to be, how it has the potential to change, how there's some good people here, you know, if it pertains to a job, or how sometimes they're nice to me if it's a relationship. Sometimes they buy me things, you know, but most of the relationship is you giving, and not receiving much of anything in return. So we want to focus on the reality, right? Because this sleeper card here, I feel like you've just been blind to the truth of situations, or a situation here. I'm not gonna lie. Cause and effect. So I do feel like something is going to happen here that shakes you up, that's going to open your eyes, but I feel like Spirit is trying to avoid that from happening by sending you these angel numbers. Okay, so you may see this number a lot when you're with this person, place, or thing. Pay attention to how you feel when you see the 144. You could be having thoughts of, maybe this relationship isn't right for me, or maybe this job isn't right for me, maybe this career path isn't right for me, maybe this situation isn't right for me, whatever it is. You'll see 144. So just pay attention to what's going on around you, inside of you, when you see the 144. Now I want to reiterate though, that you guys do have a gift here. However, you're not using it to its full ability. It's meant to protect you, but when you turn it off and you ignore it, it's doing the opposite, because the opposite is, like I mentioned before, seeing the best in people because you're an empath, right? But the opposite is being an empath and being able to sense the whole of a person, you know, not just the good sometimes, not just their potential, but the whole. You know, this person in my face right now is not making me happy, or this job in my face right now is not making me happy, or these people, whatever it is, friend groups. But then you ignore it. Okay, so I do want to bring up this card though. It's a 9-1, which reduces to 10, which means that there is something that needs to end in your life, pile number 3, that you are just ignoring for now. But this card speaks to, you know, spiritual awakening and the connection, or connecting to the whale spirit. And it does mention that they recommend, you know, if you resonate with the whale energy of the whale spirit, to listen to, or try to focus on connecting with the whale spirit before you go to bed. Because there is a place that you go when you sleep, pile number 3. Also when you daydream, it's a very watery, oceanic type of energy vibe here. It's almost like the nun, or like, what do they call it? My memory is so bad. I have ADHD, guys. The cosmic waters is what I'm getting, like the primordial waters. That's what it is. Primordial waters. It's like you have the ability to connect back there. So you have a very potent, powerful energy, pile number 3. But you have to stop, you know, using it to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay. The tiger says, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So this is your spirit guides trying to protect you. Ultimately, pile number 3. It's like a course correction. They're trying to course correct you here. The guide. Manifest your wishes, and we have trust in yourself. Okay. you don't have to settle for things just because they're known to you, just because they're familiar to you. Some of you guys may feel like you can't do better, like there's just nothing else out there for you that's better than what you're currently experiencing, and that is false. You have the ability to manifest a life of your dreams. You have the ability to manifest the love of your dreams, okay? Literally, literally, you have the power to manifest the love of your life, literally. Just by, clearing your energy and intently going to that place, the primordial waters right before bed, Just like the moon, I will go through phases. Your energy is sacred. I release all negative energy. Embrace change. Okay, so we're going to get something from the Angels of Abundance deck. Raise or promotion. Congratulations. An increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is the result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So your spirit guides are going to reward you once you start obeying your intuition. Pile number 3. The key to manifesting quickly is to have high energy levels. And the easiest way to increase them is through physical exercise. Choose a fun and meaningful activity so that you'll look forward to exercising. It becomes its own reward. And then they're asking you to sever vows of poverty. I would even say struggle, poverty and struggle. Okay. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. Take a divinely guided change. All positive change and successful adventures involve a degree of risk. And you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is as you leave behind which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Okay, and then we're just going to get one more card from the Magical Oracle card deck. And we'll close the reading. Oh, I also wanted to mention that the whales are connected to the constellation Sirius. Not constellation, is it? It's connected to Sirius, guys. And so you may have a connection to Sirius, whether like a past life, okay? Or you have beings from that star system working with you currently, presently. By the power of 3, by 3, Ma'at, deliver justice to me. Okay, so you guys deserve way more than what you've been settling for. Pile number 3. Don't beat yourself up at all. Once you realize this, just see it as an opportunity to embrace change and growth. Okay, so we have love. Aphrodite, I call to thee, bring a true love here to me. And I feel like your spirit guides also are just always going to have your back. Pile number 3. Because, just because you open yourself up to be of service to someone does not mean they should take advantage of that in any way. And it doesn't matter what the nature or dynamic of the relationship is. And I feel like every time somebody screws you over, attempts to, or has that intention, they end up receiving some sort of justice or backlash, where you end up receiving justice and they end up receiving some sort of negative karma. Okay, so we're gonna end it there. Pile number 3. If you guys are interested in energy healing services or personal readings, check out my description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys on another one. Bye. Hello, pile number 4 people. Last but certainly not least, this is going to be your reading, taking a look into what your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you from by the angel numbers they are sending you. This particular angel number is 414. So if you are seeing this number or another number, this is why they are sending you this angel number. And I'm going to read this angel number before we get into the reading. Okay, so this number suggests that your hard work is paying off and abundance is coming your way, particularly if you've been facing challenges. The number also encourages you to trust your abilities and take bold steps towards your goals, with divine support guiding you. So the number 4 often symbolizes stability, hard work, and building a strong foundation, while the number 1 represents new beginnings, optimism, and leadership. The number 1 suggests you are being guided by angels with divinely inspired ideas. The angel number 414 encourages you to find balance in your life and embrace growth in various aspects, including relationships, career, and spiritual awakening. Okay, so first of all, what I did with the tarot, I asked your spirit guides, why they're sending you this particular angel number. And we got the Chariot and the Page of Swords in reverse. And I'm hearing Tahuti. So some of you guys may want to research Tahuti. But I'm definitely hearing Tahuti. That there's some sort of divine wisdom or knowledge. Some of you guys may have a spiritual gift. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean you're a psychic or a healer particularly. But some of you guys could have a musical gift. You could have, a gift for speaking, getting close to people. There's something that Tahuti in specific is in when people think of spiritual gifts, they always think oh, you're a psychic or a guru, or you offer spiritual guidance to people, or maybe a preacher or pastor. But what I'm getting with this specifically is you've been bestowed some sort of knowledge, some sort of information. And I was reading something, and I cannot remember what it was, but it was right before this reading. And it said something to the effect of, being granted some sort of wisdom or information that helps you to better understand the mathematics of the universe. And I also read something about how, musicians are mathematicians, so some of you guys may resonate with that, but there's definitely an energy of a creative people in this pile. Some of you guys, you could be artists, painters. You draw pictures, you design clothes, you design homes even. But there's definitely a creative energy to this pile. Or if you don't do it, it's something that you want to do, that you've always been drawn or called to do, but you may not have taken the risk to do it yet, or taken the opportunity to do it yet. Some of you guys could be writers, you write books, or you have the potential to. Because they're pouring this information into you, you're like a freaking a scroll. I don't know if that's the appropriate word, but they're just literally pouring information into you. A lot of you guys watching this, some of you guys watching this, you're meant to be spiritual leaders. But all of you guys watching this, you are meant to ascend higher levels of consciousness. You're essentially meant to awaken in this lifetime, and you're meant to share this information with the world. But I feel a lot of you guys are not. Okay, because we have the Page of Swords in reverse. You're not communicating this information, or you're not taking the necessary time out to learn what you need to learn in order to make it possible for you to share your gifts, your skills, your knowledge with the world. Okay, for some of you guys, you're a novice. There are certain things that you do need to learn. Okay, physically in the physical, in order to make your dreams a reality. You have a lot of spiritual knowledge. You have a lot of and when I say spiritual knowledge, it could even, like I said, be some sort of musical gift, some sort of creative gift. But it's intuitive, it's natural for you. However, I don't feel you guys are learning all you can about whatever this thing is that you've been gifted, or you're not learning the ins and outs about how to create a prosperous life from these gifts. Okay. I'm hearing mama. I'm getting that with this Empress card here, mama. Like, you have a spirit guide who is maybe a mom for some of you guys, who is watching over you. For others of you guys, I'm getting like the divine mother, like the cosmic mother. Okay. It's crazy, I just changed my name to that, but like that spiritual motherly energy, okay, watching over you. But what your spirit guides, I keep hearing mama, what mama wants you to know, like she's just watching over you like a baby, you know, but she's disappointed. It's like, I'm getting like the analogy of like a kid in school who is like extremely smart but doesn't want to pay attention, doesn't want to do their homework, doesn't want to learn, you know, and you get punished. Like they go home and they get punished. I feel like that if you're experiencing struggles right now, that could have been part of your punishment. Now, I say that to say, you know, your spirit guides, pile number 4, they have a lot of faith in you. Okay, it's not even faith, it's like they have a lot of knowing. Like, they know that you are more than capable of great things, because they are the ones who are molding you. Okay, they're the ones giving you this information, so you're already a cut above the rest. Now, if you actually applied yourself, if you actually put the effort in, you're going to, I'm here, break records. You're going to, I'm hearing notable. You're going to be a notable person in your field, whatever that field is. You're going to be seen as a leader, okay? Because you're already cut above the rest. They've already bestowed this information, this wisdom to you. So you're already operating at a frequency higher than most people. Okay. I'm hearing though with the Hanged Man, like you may be in an energy like I mentioned, I was tapping into it before, where it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move forward. I don't know, you know, how to put this, conceptualize this. I don't know how to put it all together and create something with it. And I feel like, don't feel bad about this, because I feel like you guys are being granted with like these elaborate, complex concepts that you are expected to condense and make simple. So, and I'm getting like an example of like a painter or somebody who draws pictures. It's like getting an idea, like you're seeing a vision in your head, but this vision, this picture that you're seeing in your head is just so intricate and elaborate. And it's like, I don't even know where to start with this. Like, how would I even start this? But it's so ingrained and embedded in your head that it will not let you be, okay? It will not let you rest until you create it. And Spirit is saying start chipping away at it one day at a time, because for some of you guys, practice is what's going to make it perfect. You may need to draw that picture. You may need to paint that picture 10 times before you perfect it, but they want you to start though. Okay. Because the more you do it, it's practice. So, and for those of you guys who, you know, you want to be on social media because you have these ideas you want to put out there, you want to create content, but you're being given these just grand, intricate, complex ideas and concepts. You're just not sure how to integrate all of them, because for some of you guys, it could be in multiple different areas, and you're trying to figure out how to combine them and how to make it just one thing, maybe even a brand. For those of you guys where that is an issue, Spirit wants you to continue to brainstorm and create drafts. Even if you don't necessarily publish it, just create drafts. Okay. And the more you do this, the better you'll get at it. Okay. Excuse me. But then some of you guys, you do need mentorship. Okay. And you do need, because I did mention where it's like some of you guys don't know how to take what you've been given, like this information, this wisdom, and create material abundance. Some of you guys do need like a mentor when it comes to that. Spirit is actually correcting me. They're saying if you did, they would put one on your path. But if you haven't yet, for some of you guys, excuse me, it could be people on the internet, authors, people who've already created, materialized their own ideas and thoughts in the physical that you're learning from. It does not have to be like a physical person sitting in front of you instructing you on what to do, but God is saying, you know, there's mentors everywhere if you open yourself up to see it that way. Even if they don't necessarily do the same thing you do, you can still learn from them. Excuse me. They're saying to chip away at this one day at a time. Like, you got to just keep chipping away at it, and eventually it will reveal something very beautiful to you. So moonshining, it says stay in integrity. Some of you guys, I'm not gonna lie, you know, when you're in this energy of like, I have this gift, and you know, you start seeing everybody else create a life for themselves, and they may not be as talented, or they may not know as much. It could be hard to stay on the path of integrity, because it's like they're doing whatever they want to do and they're still successful at it. They're still having success, and they're not the best people. So, you know, why am I still doing the right thing? But Spirit wants you, because you have a greater purpose than that. And it's going to take time to build this thing up. It's going to take time to accumulate the right information and the resources to create this thing. But you have to do it. And Spirit is saying it does not have to be perfect the first go round. Just going back to the example of the painter, like, you may have to paint this picture 10 times before you perfect it. Right? Just apply that to where it needs to fit. For some of you guys, it's just like your life. You may need to go through trials and tribulations. You may need to start and restart time and time again before you actually perfect it. So Spirit doesn't want you to be discouraged by that. But you have really high vibrational beings working with you. And I keep hearing Tahuti in specific, so let me see. That is so crazy. Okay. Excuse me. And it's crazy I got that, but I wasn't sure if this was Tahuti on this picture. It is. It is. That is crazy. He's definitely... Tahuti is one of your spirit guides, and this could be the spirit guide that is sending you this 414 angel number. Okay, so he's associated with wisdom, knowledge, magic, and writing. He's also known as Thoth, by the way. Okay. Tahuti is linked to the moon, wisdom, knowledge, writing. Look at that. As I said, some of you guys are writers, including hieroglyphs, science, magic, art, and judgment. He helped civilize humanity, presented the divine code of human behavior, and maintained the balance of the universe. So I feel like for a lot of you guys in this pile, like, what other people need to be taught as far as like how to behave and how to treat other people is just common sense for you. Okay. And it's because you literally have Tahuti or Thoth as a spirit guide who is pouring wisdom and information into you. I don't know why they chose you though, pile number 4. This is crazy. I've never gotten this in a reading before. I'm so sorry, guys, with sniffling in your ear. My allergies all of a sudden are messing up. Alright, let's just grab this deck of cards. Why is Thoth working with pile number 4? What is his purpose with pile number 4? But what is your purpose with pile number 4? We have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. There is like this creative spark, passion within you, but I don't know if you were born with that or it's something that was instilled in you once Thoth or Tahuti started to work with you, chose to work with you. Some of you guys watching this could have twin flames. You have a twin flame. Tahuti's actually working with both of you guys. Why did you choose pile number 4? It's a divine lineage. It's something that I want to say conceptualized before you were even born in this earthly plane. It's like karmic consequences from past lives, but I want to say, yeah, like maybe you guys have ascended in a previous lifetime. Okay. These cards are insane. Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, and we have the World card. So I do feel like it's just karmic for one reason, but in a good way. It's like good karma. You've passed all of the tests necessary to receive whatever wisdom and knowledge this is, but also look at that, we have deep quiet meditation and stillness. So like I feel like in a way you've reached out to him, or you've made yourself a clear channel through meditation, through intention, and maybe some past life stuff where you ascended in a past life, or you ascended in this lifetime and you've become enlightened, and therefore you are worthy of receiving this information this lifetime or previous lifetime. Okay, and I'm also getting with the mentorship. Tahuti's Thoth is like the ultimate mentor, right? You can speak with them, okay? Reach out to them, be it through meditation, prayer, or stillness. But they're definitely always there to guide you or answer your questions. And if you are a creative, like naturally, like you've always been somebody who wants to create, but you don't necessarily have like a what do you call it? Like a means to, a channel to channel that art into the world, like a mode to do it. It's time to like open yourself up to like new hobbies and interest, you know, maybe start something that you've always wanted to do but may have been too scared to, or may have just lacked the confidence to start or try. Okay, but there's definitely a creative essence in you all watching this, whether it's speaking, writing, singing, rapping, painting, drawing, designing homes, you know, designing clothes, whatever it is. It's definitely divine. And you're meant to speak to people through these creations, or invoke certain feelings in people through these creations. So we got 3, 3, and we have 7. All right, so we're gonna get some cards from this deck. Okay, so before my camera died, I was saying how we were going to pull additional oracle cards. But before we do that, I wanted to read the Wolf Pathfinder oracle card here. It says, release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. And I feel like that's part of that, you know, that spiritual wisdom and cosmic knowledge that is being imparted in you through your work with Thoth or Tahuti. Okay, and it's crazy that Tahuti, I just kept hearing that when I laid the cards out, and I look here and there he is. Okay, or they are. But you are meant to teach. You're meant to be a leader, okay? And like I said, there are certain things that come to you that are like common sense, common knowledge, but are not so common, if you will. And that's why you're meant to be a teacher. You're meant to illuminate these things to other people, okay? Whether it be through an art form, some social media platform, because content creation is creativity. Okay, so all right, so we got these oracle cards out here. So we have strong, brave, bold, embrace change. Your energy is sacred. And then we have moonlighting, which says you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. We have the power of prayer, and I was just saying how you guys should pray, to connect more with Tahuti, God, source, creator, whatever you believe in. Give this situation to God for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. We have successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. It's crazy that this card came out, because I was saying how this information is being poured into you, this wisdom. Okay, so understand that the same power, the same beings who are giving you this information and this wisdom, this knowledge, it can be the same beings that are going to support you on this journey when it comes to finding the resources and fundings to grow it, to build it, whatever the case may be, to support yourself while building it. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. But also what I want to say about this is, if you find yourself being blocked, be it financially or even creatively, to open yourself up to pray, but also be open to receiving the answers in stillness, okay? You have to be still to receive the answers. So we have to do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you're being divinely guided to take. These same beings that are imparting this wisdom and knowledge and information to you are also trying to guide your path. And that's why you're seeing this angel number. So when you're being moved to take action, do it. When you're being moved to be still, to receive an answer or receive information, do it, okay? Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. Pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. And then last, but certainly not least, I feel like after you've done all the work, after you've invested in yourself and invested in your creative pursuits and your projects, your purpose, that's when you're going to get this windfall of abundance. And I feel like it's going to take all of you guys by surprise when it finally comes in. So I feel like for some of you guys, you've been working at this. And the reason why you've been chosen is because you're somebody who does not give up, okay? Literally. Perseverance is your secret power. And that's what's led you to your enlightenment. That's what's led you to having access to this divine wisdom, or because they've chosen you for this reason. But an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. And then we have this oracle card from this magical oracle card deck. So it's passion. Rise, passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. Some of you guys need that spark to continue working at what you're working on, or to start it, okay? Prosperity. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. And last but certainly not least, we have joy. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. Okay, so we're going to close the reading out right there. Pile number 4, that has been your reading. Okay, as always, if you wish to work with me through personal readings or energy work, my information is in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching this reading. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are not already, and I hope to see you guys on another one. Bye.